Dr. Dennis Waitley, quote, I took the visualization process from the Apollo program and instituted it during the 1980s and 90s into the Olympic program. It was called visual motor rehearsal. When you visualize and you materialize. Here's an interesting thing about the mind. We took Olympic athletes and had them run their event only in their mind, and then hooked them up to sophisticated biofeedback equipment. Incredibly, the same muscles fired in the same sequence when they were running the race in their mind as when they were running it on the track. How could this be? Because the mind can't distinguish whether you're really doing it or whether it's just a practice. If you've been there in the mind, you'll go there in the body. End quote. Think about the inventors and their inventions. The Wright brothers and the plane, George Eastman and film, Thomas Edison and the light bulb, Alexander Graham Bell and the telephone. The only way anything has ever been invented or created is because one person saw a picture in his mind. He saw it clearly, and by holding that picture of the end result in his mind, all the forces of the universe brought his invention into the world, through him. These men knew the secret. These were men who had utter faith in the invisible, and who knew the power within them to leverage the universe and bring the invention into the visible. Their faith and their imagination have been the cause of the evolution of humankind, and we reap the benefits of their creative minds every single day. You may be thinking, I do not have a mind like these great inventors. You may be thinking they could imagine those things, but I can't. You could not be further from the truth. And as you continue on this great discovery of the knowledge of the secret, you will learn that you not only have the mind they had, but much more. Mike Dooley, quote, when you're visualizing, when you've got that picture playing out in your mind, always and only dwell upon the end result. Here's an example. Look at the back of your hands, right now. Really look at the back of your hands, the color of your skin, the freckles, the blood vessels, the rings, the fingernails. Take in all those details. Right before you close your eyes, see those hands, your fingers, wrapping around the steering wheel of your brand new car. End quote. Dr. Joe Vitale, quote, this is such a holographic experience, so real in this moment that you don't even feel as if you need a car, because it feels like you have it already. End quote. Dr. Vitale's words brilliantly sum up the place you want to get yourself to when visualizing. When it feels like a jolt as you open your eyes in the physical world, your visualization became real. But that state, that plane, is the real. It is the field where everything is created, and the physical is just the result of the real field of all creation. That is why you won't feel as if you need it anymore, because you tuned in and felt the real field of creation through your visualization in that field. You have everything now. When you feel that, you will know it. Jack Canfield, quote, it's the feeling that really creates the attraction, not just the picture or the thought. A lot of people think positive thoughts, or if I visualize having what I want, that will be enough. But if you're doing that and still not feeling abundant, or feeling loving or joyful, then it doesn't create the power of the attraction. End quote. Bob Doyle, quote, you put yourself in the feeling place of really being in that car, not wish could get that car, or someday I'll have that car, because that's a very definite feeling associated with that. It's not in the now, it's in the future. If you stay in that feeling, it will always be in the future. End quote. Michael Bernard Beckwith, quote, now that feeling and that inner seeing will begin to be an open doorway through which the power of the universe will begin to express. End quote. Alexander Graham Bell, 1847 to 1922, quote, what this power is I cannot say, all I know is that it exists. End quote. Jack Canfield, quote, our job is not to figure out the how will show up out of a commitment and belief in the what. End quote. Mike Dooley, quote, the hows are the domain of the universe. It always knows the shortest, quickest, fastest, most harmonious way between you and your dream. End quote. Dr. Joe Vitale, quote, if you turn it over to the universe, you will be surprised and dazzled by what is delivered to you. This is where magic and miracles happen. End quote. The teachers of the secret are all aware of the elements you bring into play when you visualize. As you see the picture in your mind and feel it, you are bringing yourself to a place of believing you have it now. You are also implementing trust and faith in the universe, because you are focusing on the end result and experiencing the feeling of that, without giving any attention whatsoever to how it will come about. Your picture in your mind is seeing it as done. Your feelings are seeing it as done. Your mind and your entire state of being are seeing it as already happened. That is the art of visualization.